Well, we are at camp on Monday morning, and I was having a pretty nice little hunt, enjoying the beauty of the sunrise, and at like 5 minutes after the sun came up, Gregory sends me a text that he shot a deer. So, we are going to go see if we can't find this deer for Gregory. It's going to be awesome. So you know that thing when your stove starts smoking and it smokes up your cabin and you get mad and you jerk it out and then you take it out here and you put it outside because it smokes so bad? I know probably not everybody really feels the same way that I feel right now, but I threw a fit and pulled my stove out of my little shed. Gregory helped me, didn't you, Gregory?
Yes, sir.
Gregory was the muscle, I was the brains.
Dinner's ready.
Dinner's ready.
It's hot. There's plenty of it.
Oh man. It ain't that bad, folks. Oh, I was gonna come see how our progress was going on the old campfire. It's going about like everything else is so far. Well, I guess I'll put the camera away and just thought I'd start with a nice little update about how our night's going. How's our night going, Gregory? It's going great, isn't it?
It's going perfect.
We're having a great time. So I guess at some point we'll bring the little stove back in and try again. I don't know. Anyway, sad face. I kind of have this thing in the back of my mind about quickly killing a deer so that I have meat in the freezer, and then promptly going squirrel hunting because there are squirrels everywhere.
If I had my 22, I could have had us 5 or 6 of them.
There are lots of them. I'm pretty sure I say this every time, but they don't get no better than this.
This is how it's done.
This is how it's done. So, quick update. Look at that stove. It's burning and there's no smoke. That is progress. So I guess sometimes throwing a fit does work. Man, I'm really loud this morning. Ain't nobody trying to be stealthy. There's the deer slayer there. Let's go see if we can find this thing. Which direction did she come from?
That
Which direction did she come from?
field. She walked right up to this. I first saw her over here. She walked right behind this pine tree, just past the pine tree where I shot.
Where'd she go?
She ran right across the road and stopped just past the road right over here and stood there for quite a while, and then started heading back that direction.
Hmm. So she's probably in the bottom of the ravine. That's what that sounds like. Super.
Over by the stand that I was at, or should we down the ravine, or
Should be halfway to Tulsa by now.
yeah.
Which, for those of you who aren't aware of the geography of where we are, that's 2 hours that way. Okay, well, there's the pine tree, and there is the scene of the crime. Now we see if we can find any other evidence of death and destruction, because I see a lot of hair and some blood. Now we just got to find out where it goes. So there's our first real sign of blood, right next to a huge rub. Alright, well, let's see what we get here.
Yeah, I mean, you can see
Blood,
the trail.
blood.
Look at these.
I don't think she's going to be hard to track anymore. Man, that took us a minute to find the first sign of blood, but now there she is. Okay. We'll come back to that.
Oh man.
Well, man, indeed.
I was just sitting there. I hadn't even heard any sound. I didn't even hear her come in. I just happened to look up, and all of a sudden, there she was. The whole interaction was, from the time I saw her, maybe a full minute. Nah, it wasn't even a minute by the time I was shooting. It was very, very quick.
So the last time you saw a deer on a stand and you decided you weren't going to shoot, you said, no, my heart didn't bump, didn't really feel much of anything. That's maybe a different story this time?
Yeah.
It's pretty exhilarating, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, that got the old pump station working pretty hard.
So we found the trail and we bumped the deer in the woods as we were following the trail. So we're going back to camp to hang out for a little bit, maybe eat breakfast, and then we'll come back to this in a little bit when she's had a little bit more time to lay around and think about her life's decisions. But this is Gregory's first deer, right? This is your your first deer.
First deer.
So we're going to track her down no matter where she goes. I guess while we're at it, we'll get the gator running, because it looks like we may be hauling a deer later. We finally found our buck after walking stinking half a mile in the worst, deepest junk you've ever seen. And there he is. We got a. Oh yeah, you got something to poke him in the eye. Hang on.
Poke him in the eye?
Yeah, hang on. Yeah. go around and poke his eye to make sure he's dead. I'd go below him between those trees just in case. Dude, that's a great shot.
Where did that hit?
Right behind the shoulder. Maybe a little far.
Yeah, a little
But you
far
said
back.
you shot him while he was walking?
Yeah.
Just in case. I don't see any movement, but just in case. Okay, go for it. He gone. Nice work. That is Gregory's first deer. What do you think?
That's awesome. How are we gonna get him out of this shithole?
Well, I'm gonna go back up and,
There's a building of some kind down there.
yeah, that's a house. We were basically in the neighbor's backyard by the time this thing died. So let's get him out of here and get him back to my property, and we'll go get the gator, I guess.
How are you gonna do that?
I don't know. A lot of work.